Welcome to Dr. P.C. Verma Economist YouTube Economics class. In this class today we will discuss the relationship between growing disposable income and its behavior, particularly middle class people. We all know that seeing the position of middle class in India, our government of India decided to increase disposable income by announcing 1 lakh relief to the taxpayers belonging to middle class. It was expected by the finance minister Nirmala that there is a scarcity of disposable income among middle class people because of the higher rate of taxation. And the economy is to grow only with the increase in demand. But in India, it was found that demand for goods and services in the market is not increasing at the pace at which it was required. So Indian economists suggested and the government decided to increase the purchasing power in the hands of middle class. And this increase in income by cut in tax rate. Tax rate is reduced with a notion that disposable income in the hands of middle class, who is the buyer of large market of India, will suddenly push up demand for goods and services in the market and economy will revive. We all know that the economic growth rate in India is forecasted 6.4 by IMF, World Bank. Many the economists, some of the economists of India say calculated 6.5% growth rate. So Sri Santanu Nandan Sharma replied in the interview and question asked from Economic Times on 20th July 2025 to reply in the context of with growing disposable income, middle class is embracing cruise. Embracing cruise. What is cruise? New middle class, upper middle class are now increasing the cruise tourism. A strong traction among India's upper middle class segment. Growing disposable income at the hand of a bourgeoisie middle and upper middle class is enabling them to increasingly embrace cruise as a preferred leisure choice. This surge is driven by rising disposable incomes, growing aspirations from premium travel experience, and increased awareness of cruise holidays. We all know that cruise holidays are the holidays of rich people, great politicians, high rank officers. They enjoy this cruise holiday. The Maritime India Vision 2030 projects as eightfold expansion of the Indian cruise market by 2030, citing increasing demand from the middle and upper middle classes. It is quite interesting. On the one hand, India is in the fourth stage or fourth rank in the world and reaching towards third rank in the world, in spite of many hurdles which India is getting inside the economy. Because of there is a wide gap between large income states and low income states. Poverty rate is also high in some of the states. And in some of the states, poverty is low. Employment opportunities availability is not in a proper way. There is skewness and opportunities are skewed. And therefore, how to increase disposable income in the form of pushing the demand for goods and services in the economy, in which cruise holiday, awareness of cruise holiday is being spread by different institutions related to cruise business. It is expected that by 2030, the number of cruise will increase and the number of persons belonging to lower middle class, middle class, and high middle class will in different classes in the cruise, they will enjoy their holiday. So we are discussing today this topic, very interesting. Middle class is embracing cruise. As I recall, in my childhood, we were embracing seeing picture in the cinema hall. It was a rare thing at that time. Number of cinema halls were very much limited, and people make decision to visit in 3 months one time cinema with all members of the family. There were many at that time picture were preferred by people. Of course, at that time, the cinema was very much influenced by British liking. Dances are related to such type of dances, not at present what we see. So, this is a new type of India, where middle class is embracing holiday cruise. There is reservation, and then you will be able to enjoy cruise. In 2013-14, the number of sea cruise passengers was only 84,000, which increased about 5 lakhs in the last financial year. This shows a growth of almost 500% in just 11 years, also reflecting on the future growth potential in the sector. In financial year 2024-25, 93 international cruise vessels called at Indian ports. The huge growth has happened due to the concerted efforts of the government to provide a good cruise tourism ecosystem in the country by bringing about changes in the policy that was dormant for decades, providing financial and tax incentive, adopting international best practices, creating cruise infrastructure, including world-class cruise terminals and various other cruise tourism friendly measures. In in 2013, 2013, 14, the number of sea cruise number of sea cruise passengers passengers was only was only 84,000, which increased to about 5 lakh, 5 5 lakh, 5 lakh in last financial year. This shows This shows a growth of almost 500% in just 11 years. In just 11 years. This shows a growth of almost 500% in just 11 years. Also, reflecting on the future. On the future growth potential in the sector. In the sector, cruise tourism, tourism. In financial year 2024-25, 93 international inter international cruise vessels called at Indian ports. This huge growth has happened has happened due to the concerted the concerted efforts of the government of the government to provide a very good cruise, a very good cruise tourism ecosystem ecosystem in the country, in the country by bringing about changes in the policy, in the policy that was dormant for decades, for dormant for decades, providing 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 financial and tax financial and tax incentives. Tax incentives. Adopting adopting international best practices, adopting international best practices, creating creating cruise infrastructure, including world-class cruise terminals, and and various other various other cruise tourism friendly So we find that with growing disposable income, middle class is embracing cruise. And it is quite interesting that in last 11 years, the growth in cruise tourism is 500%. India called 93 international cruise vessels at Indian ports in order to meet the demand, increasing demand of embracing cruise and making awareness, increased awareness of cruise holidays. This is what called the Maritime India Vision 2030 projects an eightfold expansion of Indian cruise market by 2030, citing increasing demand for the middle and upper class, middle classes demand and their desired facilities. This is new age cruise terminals coming to India. We will continue this in our next class. This is most important because 500% growth. You can cite in any of the interview while discussing about the success of Indian economy and why Indian economy is moving towards crossing this fourth estate to third estate, moving toward third. Few development will put India the third largest country in the world. Read it and discuss with your friends. Share it to your friends. Like कीजिए, subscribe कीजिए. We will meet you just after few time for the second class relating to the world-class cruise terminal to be produced in India. That's all.